If you don't, Chauncey Billups will pop out of the corner, butt naked. Be like, I'm taking all your money.
It's the Poker News Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 924 of the Poker News Podcast. I am Chad Holloway, joined by Mike Holtz and Ben Ludlow here at Level 9 Studio in Las Vegas. It is the eve of the NAPT. Well, technically, it is underway, but when this episode comes out, it'll be full-blown. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about a murder, poker game, Wisconsin, my hometown. So we'll see about that. We're going to talk about Squid Game because there's a very famous poker player on this season of Squid Game, the challenge. And that's a good opportunity for me to update all those who donated to my live reality game fundraiser over the summer because I can officially announce that. So I'll share those details. We're going to talk about AI poker bots. There was a big battle that happened in Elon Musk. We're going to talk about recent tournament winners, including somebody you were excited about, John Riordan.
That's my guy.
We're going to get into that. And then we're going to talk about some upcoming events, including the Bar Poker Open and Alan Kessler's mixed game series. Let us start with this murder. The headline on Poker News: suspect claims accidental shooting after killing two following poker home game. You asked me off the air, like, what are we going to talk about this?
Yeah, exactly. We're just going to speculate on some murders. What's up?
Yeah.
I mean, we could totally shift to a true crime podcast. I don't know. Would anyone notice? It would be.
Well, did you see? So. You could. So there's the most famous true crime in poker, in my opinion, was Ernie Schreier. You know, you've ever heard of this?
I feel like you've mentioned it before, but I can't remember.
It's like 2007, 2008 poker boom days. Alan Kessler, a lot of people from that era know. So he basically was a poker player, pretty successful, murdered his parents to get the inheritance.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It was on Dateline, all that stuff. And he actually just, I think last week, exhausted all his appeals. So now he'll spend the rest of his life in prison in California. So.
GG.
I mean, what were his appeals for? Just but my parents really sucked. I needed the money for Triton.
But the details of it were,
my bad. We didn't realize
were gruesome.
Like
he drove from Vegas to his parents' house in California, stopped at one of the outlet malls along the way and bought a gloves and a baseball bat that he used to bludgeon them.
Yeah.
Check it out if you can. It could be a whole series of podcasts, true crime. So
totally unrelated. Paul Fua was seen at his appeals, just sitting there in the background with a trench coat, staring the judge down.
We need more whales.
In this instance, it was in October. Two people were found dead at an all-night poker game in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The suspect dialed 911. Suspect being Donovan Jones, a 35-year-old. Who has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree reckless homicide. He posted $35,000 bond on October 27th. I don't know. If you're charged with two charges of first-degree reckless homicide, I don't feel like you should be getting out on bond for $35,000.
No, because I think reckless homicide is not the same as, I think it's a lesser charge. Because I think what I've read or what it seems to have happened is, what he's saying is that somebody came to rob them, and he shot at who he thought was the robbers, but it was his friends, and he killed his friends by accident.
What he's kind of along those lines, claiming he hid in the basement. Somebody was coming down the basement, so he just started firing away, which would be the reckless part of it.
I like the idea of reckless homicide, where it's if he had meant to kill them, it would be different. But he was just all right, let's to start shooting. It's I'm sorry, it was reckless.
I'm going to assume it was pretty traumatic for this guy, though.
Yeah. No, I don't mean to.
How did he do it again? Show us.
The two victims, Dwayne Carter, 33, and he was found in the basement. Shaquille Madison, 43, was found in front of the house. The latter, Madison, had $8,330 in his pocket and a 9mm handgun in a backpack, and $5,230 in 2 9mm handguns on the basement floor.
That's 3 too many guns.
He kept that thing on him.
I guess.
There was 3 people there at least.
Michael, I'm from Cincinnati, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
We didn't keep that thing on us.
Oh, I thought Cincinnati kept that thing on them.
Streets? Yeah.
Don't you have a lot of Bengals there? You got to make sure the tires don't,
I know. Speaking of. No, let's not speak of. It's just anytime you got lots of cash anywhere in a non-control. This is what just play poker in casinos, guys. God damn. It's all we talk about is not playing poker in casinos and things going wrong.
Yeah. And at the Encore Boston Harbor, the rake is $12. Take it or leave it. If you don't, Chauncey Billups will pop out of the corner, butt naked. Be like, I'm taking all your money. Here's the mafia. Yeah, surprise.
If he's wearing sunglasses, don't play him.
Not again.
Oh, man.
This will be an interesting one. Obviously, this will carry on. John Sofin was the one for Poker News who discovered this, so he'll keep track of it. We'll have updates on Poker News, but I don't know. It is kind of one of those things. Like if you're going to play in a home game, there are risks. I mean, Doyle Brunson wrote about it back in the day, right?
Yeah.
It was one thing to win at a home game. It's another to get away with the money. So
Another to get away with the money is so ridiculous. Oh my God. I mean, look, if you want to come to this mean life that we've all chosen, you better be ready to fucking die for it. Okay.
It's like 4
You wanna
engineers
get out?
from San Francisco.
You want to get out with the $350 you won in the 1-2, you better be ready to shoot your way out.
Exactly.
Well, speaking of ready to die for some money, let's talk about Stephen Jones.
Okay.
Runner-up in the World Series of
RIP.
Poker.
He's still with us,
Main
right?
event.
I hope so.
Well, in 2023, finished runner-up to Dan Weinman in the main event for $6.5 million. But he's going to be competing for $4.53 million because he is on one of 456 players in season 2 of Squid Game: The Challenge. Which, if you've watched Squid Game on Netflix, people play this game, they die. They figuratively die in this this
Is it
reality
actually
game.
4.53s or 4.56?
4.56.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
my
I was
bad.
going to say, are they taking rake?
Yeah. That's pretty
Where's
sick.
that extra 300K
Yeah.
going, by the way? Or 30K going?
I don't know. I was really excited to see this. Like, he's a really well-known poker pro. Obviously, competed for a lot of money at the WSOP, and now we get to watch him on Netflix.
Yeah, no, we hung out a little bit at the Arizona State Poker Championship a couple months ago. I love Steven. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he seems like one of the more fun, vibey guys around. I also just like, and we'll, I don't want to bury or spoil the lead here of your reality game stuff, but I like seeing poker players competing in other interesting strategy stuff and like more opportunities we have to kind of get outside just poker. I love it. So I'm all about any of the poker players going to do something like this and flexing their mental muscles in other ways. I'm all about a game
It'll
show.
be interesting.
No, I will say this. You're always talking about liking seeing poker players flexing their muscles, mental or not.
And then I look at you and I wink, and I'm just like,
no, exactly.
Come on, daddy.
You're blushing a little bit,
I'm
Papi.
blushing a bit.
Hey,
I mean, we
okay.
were just talking about how many push-ups you can do before this.
we were not talking about that.
Oh, was that just me thinking about you doing
Yeah, it
push-ups?
was. It
Okay.
was 6.
I was gonna say 3. but-
Squid Game, they always have the green jumpers. We've seen those during the World Series of Poker because GG Poker did something similar with all their
Yeah, what was that?
qualifiers.
All their qualifiers, they got that
Mhm.
until there was one left. They killed all of their qualifiers
No,
that
they-
didn't
yeah,
win.
no, they were
that
like,
was crazy
sorry.
of them.
So sorry.
It was so sorry.
So each one's numbered
Sorry.
1 through 456. You guys want to guess what Stephen Jones's number is on his Squid Game uniform?
It's definitely not 500.
Well, that's smart.
69.
That's true.
Ooh, 69 is a
Ooh.
good guess. I'm going to go 420.
Both good guesses. 183.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought there was
Shoulda
going to be
got
some
there.
significance to the number. No, we're just guessing.
No, just guessing.
All
1
right.
through 456. He was in the trailer. There was a trailer that was released prior to the first episode.
Oh,
He
I
made
did
a
see
brief
that.
appearance there.
Yeah.
What I'm hopeful for, because there's only one episode out right now as we're recording this, is that in some of the promotional material they've billed, like, we have a big time poker player on this season, which I think is great. And also, you would assume he's probably the only contestant on Squid Game season 2 that has actually played for more money, right?
Oh,
When he
yeah,
was
right.
playing,
Yeah, sure.
and like that's just a good storyline if I'm the
Yeah.
producers of the show.
Yeah, I mean, I like always the life-changing money storyline, and that's probably always going to be the best one. But you do like the idea of some rich guy in there who, like, if he goes deep, it's like, well, the money isn't going to change his life the same way, so maybe he's just going to, like, sabotage things or willing to take more risks or fuck around or whatever. And to your point, he's played for more, so hopefully he goes deep and we can actually bring some of these things to
I'm
fruition.
rooting for him. I hope he takes
I hope he
it
goes
down. He's
deep.
sick.
I
Yeah.
was talking about poker players going deep,
Yeah,
flexing
no.
muscles.
Honestly, it was such low hanging fruit that I
I
didn't
know.
even
I
take
did it for you before you did.
I said, not this one.
Not this one.
I'll wait.
I'm going to root for him, but I'm also going to root for, and shout out to them because I know them personally. 2 other contestants on there, Eric Eldridge and Melissa Miller, are 2 people who I've played these live reality games with in the past. And so to see them, it was very exciting for our circle, if you
Yeah,
will,
yeah.
right? And they're both very good players. We'll hopefully see them do well. And this is a good segue for me. Ben, this was before you joined us on the podcast, but over the summer and months leading up to July, I was doing a fundraiser for an appearance I was doing on Live to Give, which is a live reality game in Minnesota, was raising money for Beyond Blessed, the food pantry. And my goal was to set the all-time record. I was in season 9.
fundraising?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I asked them during casting, what's the most anybody's ever raised? They said 15,900. So that was my goal. And thanks to some very generous donations from poker players, some big names like Phil Hellmuth was kind enough.
Kessler?
Kessler. Actually, no, Kessler kind of did.
Oh, really?
We
Okay.
did. Yeah. We did. We had these MSPT
Do they
shirts.
take food vouchers
Well,
as part of donations? Is that?
He didn't donate directly. What he did was he put up like part of his summer package to anybody who ended up buying one of the T-shirts that I had.
Okay. I thought I was gonna say, so you had to pay Kessler or something.
Yeah. But thankfully, I did end up setting the all-time record. I can share that now. I know there were people who donated that were wondering. I had to wait until the season actually aired. The episodes are the first episode is out on YouTube. I'll link to it. I'm going to show a clip here in a minute. But ended up raising $16,300 bucks.
Nice job.
Good work.
Yeah, so that's going to my local food pantry. They already got the check verified. So just want to say big thank you to all the poker players who supported that. And I thought it'd be fun to show a little clip from episode 1 in which I talk about raising that money and a little bit about poker. Check it out.
Finding out I was the top fundraiser was a relief because I did expect it. You know, when I did apply for Live to Give, one of the things I asked was, what's the all-time record? Which was 15,900, I was told. So that was my goal, was to beat that. And fortunately, working in the poker industry, there are some very kind and generous poker players out there who supported the cause, and I was able to raise $16,300, and I think set the all-time record for Live to Give. Tribals, and so I'll make merge, and it's 7 of us and 4 of them.
Oh yeah, then we're doing clean pickings at that point, right?
Like I said though, we all just vote for Chad on the first one.
I'm safe for the first 4 tribals that I go to, and I don't have to go to this one. So that is that's a safe one for me, and the 4 still apply. So that's extra valuable for me.
I tell people I'm poker famous. You really have to know poker, but
And the poker community is such a small community that like it is true. You are poker famous, 100%.
so and like I'm like there's no sense of lying about it. Like I said, if anybody Googled me, so.
Sam turns out knows a lot about poker. That's good for me, I think, right? He knows my world a little bit, and it makes me want to work with him even more.
Have you gotten anything from Joey since we've come back? All I had was that one quick conversation with you guys.
Look, I'm a poker guy. I'm a poker player. I can read people. He is very strong. He is very knowledgeable, very savvy. He's going to be a hard one to manipulate and get one over on.
All right, we are back to talk about AI and poker bots. Elon Musk put out a tweet. It grabbed his attention that there was a poker battle between 9 artificial intelligent bots that were playing a 5-day cash game marathon. And it was, some of the, let me see that. I'm not too familiar with the AI stuff, so I'm going to pull this up and see some of them. So there we go. We got OpenAI,
ChatGPT,
Grok, of course, DeepSeek, Gemini, Mistral, Magistral, Kimi. Some of these I've never heard of, but they ended up playing, it looks like 3,799 hands. Meta Llama 4 lost 100K, went broke, the only one to go broke. And then OpenAI 03 was the big winner, $36,000. Some others, winners, 33K, 28K. That's not the point, right? That's not the most interesting thing. It's, to me, is, well, Elon Musk tweeting about it, which gets some eyes on it, but also, like, this is some scary shit, if you ask me, in terms of playing online poker and bots who can obviously do pretty well. Mike, you're the online player of the year. What's your thought about this?
If it's anything like the challenge they did with chess, where they had these exact play each other, I'm sure they're terrible. The chess one, they were trying to make a bunch of illegal moves. They were like really, really bad. Like an average human could beat most of them in chess. And I know that Phil Galfond challenged it for $1 million afterwards, and Grok like accepted it. I don't know if that was real or not, but if Phil Galfond, a very smart gentleman, wants to challenge it for $1 million, I've got a good feeling that Phil Galfond thinks he could win, which leads me to believe the bots are not good.
Interesting. I would have thought they would wipe the floor with humans over a big enough sample size. I guess I just watched that thing about Go too, where
Go is a solved game, right? It's the same thing as like checkers and chess.
Go is a solved game. I guess it's like, so is chess, right?
Yeah.
Like there's infinite webs of the game tree, but yeah, that's true.
So like with chess, what happened was Stockfish was like, I don't know if it's the original engine to solve stuff, but as it's gotten older, it's like Stockfish 23 now. There's like all these other ridiculously good chess engines, but these models, I think they're just like not great at things like that for some reason. I don't know. I don't think they have. I can't even speculate why.
I mean, I think it would be freaking awesome if Galfond or someone played, or like the Doug Polk or whatever got in the mix and played heads up or full ring or whatever and beat them. There should be something. I mean, someone's going to jump on that and organize it and sponsor it.
There's been other specific AI that's been built to beat it. Well, I can't remember what the name of it was, but before. But
they played the heads up things, right?
Yeah,
from Carnegie Mellon. Yeah,
exactly. And then limit hold'em is solved. So like they can do it with limit, but no limit. The game tree is too vast. And I mean, I've seen people where they ask ChatGPT questions, and it's like, would you check, bet, or go all in? They're like, I would fold here. I mean,
that's not an option.
Yeah.
It was checked to you. You can't just fold.
This was over the course of 5 days. It was 10-20 no limit hold'em, and it was created by Max Pavlov, who actually told PokerNews, afterwards, said, quote, "It seems that there is a consensus in the poker community that large language models are not to trust when they think about poker." He said that, let's see what else he said. It was an interesting quote. In the case of poker, you're safe. They are not good at poker to beat humans. So we are safe from poker GPT for now.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense too, where like, if you know someone is going to play an exact way, even if it's the most optimally, theoretically optimal way, that's the easiest thing to exploit if you know they're going to play exactly that way.
Sure, but I'd also say this. I'd say that there's currently bots out there that would devastate any of these at poker.
Probably, like, right. They're focused on.
Well, there was the article from, do you remember who it was from last year that we covered it, or this year?
Yeah, I don't remember who it was by, but I know the article. It was nominated for, I think, a Global Poker Award. It was like one of the big, because it was more mainstream.
Yeah, very mainstream. It was basically saying that there's Russian, it was like a Russian programmer who had built bots, and basically they were flooding the app games with them to the point where you had a slider where you could put like how many big blinds they should win per 100.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? So they could go in there and make bots that suck and bots that are really good and bots and blah, blah, blah. And
you're balancing your bot range is crazy.
No, literally. And now that they had made so much money in that they now transition into something else. I can't really remember. It's a Bloomberg article.
Yeah, Bloomberg senior writer Kit Chilel, hopefully I pronounced that right. The article, "The Russian Bot Army That Conquered Online Poker." It was about a year ago, a little over a year ago now. But this was, I mean, to me, it's scary stuff. Like, I get asked quite a bit, people in Wisconsin or these states where it's not legal, like, where can they play online? Where should they play online? And I said, I don't. Like, I personally don't, because I just don't trust it. And I don't know. I know there's...
Well, I'll tell you, if I had any recommendations, I wouldn't say them out loud in this show.
That's good. But I mean, do you feel, I mean, I don't know. I don't play enough online. You play every day. Like,
yeah.
Do you feel like in a year it's over?
No.
Okay, good. Yeah.
No. Because the website that I play on is very soft.
Yeah. There are a few. We're not going to name them.
Yeah, we wouldn't name any of them. But if we did, they would be soft sites.
I understand. That's fair.
Well,
soft bots.
Let us turn our attention to recent tournament winners. This presented by PokerStars, because the NAPT is happening now. We're going to have a lot more content, NAPT content next week. But I want to go back to the PLO Super High Roller Bowl that took place over at PokerGo Studio. This is a 100K PLO event. It was I believe the third year that this has taken place. In 2023, Jared Blesnick topped 38 runners to win it for $1.3 million. Seth Davies took it down for $1.5 million over a 42 entry field last year. And this year, 37 runners, so the smallest, but taking it down for $1.25 million, John Riordan. And I know you were very excited about that.
That's my guy.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, big fan of John. That's my guy. That's where I met Galfon, was at his wedding. Yeah. Great dude, PLO
Sick
expert.
Name drop, man.
Yeah, no, I know. I was trying to fit in that I went to his wedding, but I didn't want to say it in a weird way, and now we're here. Anyway, love him, love his family. Great guy, deserves all of it. You know, $1.25 million, sexual chocolate, you know.
Sexual chocolate. Wasn't Sovereign, he beat heads up, was the best man at his wedding too?
I believe he was the best man, yes. So that's pretty sick.
That's an interesting dynamic. That's a lot. I wonder if anyone, I mean, I guess all these guys all play each other all the time for like this. It's not that weird. But yeah, shout out to John. I think he's one of those guys who's played all the high rollers, has maybe like tied for most PGT cashes, like, but has never had a big, like,
he always gets unlucky in these gigantic spots.
Yeah, I think his biggest cash was something like 200K before this, and he's still, you know, managed to hang around, and it's just, you know, glad to see him persist and do this, because he's one of my favorite people I've met at the table in poker in years.
Me too. We used to play a bunch online. He was McAllen 25.
I think maybe just McAllen 25.
Yeah, I think that's the
sounds
year.
right, yeah.
That's the right year.
Yeah.
25. I feel like I might be wrong. But
I mean, that's
whatever it is.
He's very rich.
McAllen 85. I think it's 85.
85 is
I don't know how it
doesn't
works.
really exist.
I don't know, man. You tell me the year, I'll figure it out. Anyway, the guy's he was McAllen. We played a bunch online, and then I was at a PLO event. There was like 4 tables left, and it was me, him, and I believe Aram Zobian. And we were all chatting it up, and I was like, "Who's this guy in the purple hoodie? Looks like it. Looks like it might be Kathy Liebert. No, it's Sean
purple
Riordan.
hoodie is.
Yeah, no, we made a friendship there, and been friends ever since.
I got to play with John Riordan during the WSOP main event this year. If you remember, on day 1A, I think, or day 1, whatever flight it was, I got moved to the feature table, where the stream, and Eric Lindgren was there, and then to his right was John Riordan. So got to play with him a little bit. You mentioned Sam Savarel 2nd, Giles Samau 3rd, Yanni Jochenheim in 4th, Artur Martirosyan 5th, Bryce Yaki 6th, and Jared Blesnick 7th for just $150K. But here's what's interesting about that. I mentioned he won the inaugural event in 2023, and then last year, 2024, he finished 4th, and now he has cashed it again, final table, every single one. So Jared Blesnick showing why he's one of the best PLO players in the world. Let's see. There was interesting. I don't know if you guys watched any of it. Dylan Weissman, who I consider to be one of the best PLO players in the world, actually bubbled it in 7th place. And if I recall correctly, it was kind of...
I'm sure he had something very zen to say about it, though.
I was thinking the most zen thing you've ever heard.
Is he like the most zen person?
He's fairly zen, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's like, well, that's just, you got to play big pots on the bubble. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Fold a hand? Never.
Well, somebody else who won a big tournament was Justin Arnwine.
Yeah. The ledge. What a legend.
I was going to say, those who know, right? And he plays a lot over in Maryland, which is where...
exclusively in Maryland.
True.
Yeah.
Which is where the $1,700 Run Good Poker Series Grand Prix Maryland main event took place, 251 runners. Arnwine was like the... kind of king of dailies, like one of those kind of players. I know he got a lot of flack from Alan Kessler, like, oh, you get all these wins, but they're not in big events. Whatever, Alan. But here's a big one, $80,000 for taking this one down. And there seemed to be a lot of support in the poker community in general. And of course, it's a Run Good event.
Yeah. I think he's got something actually like 200 wins.
It's pretty insane.
Something out. It's like live wins. I mean,
wow, that's crazy.
I'm terrible. I forget his wife's name. She's hilarious
Caitlin,
and sweet. Yeah. I think Caitlin. I met her at the Run Good Baltimore stop a few years ago. They just seem like super sweet, genuine people, and they're grind. I mean, I have so much respect for anyone who just shows up every day. Like that's the Becker mindset of just like every day I'm going to be playing whatever is available. I don't care, and like where I live is.
I thought the Becker mindset was to
complain a lot,
and then not
love you, Jared,
and then to be like, oh, you never asked me to dinner, and then I can't. I've got to grind. I'm bowling.
Oh yeah, he did live stream himself bowling by himself on Instagram the other day.
And today.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's a daily thing now.
What's he doing?
Bowling Becks.
I don't
know. Landon Tice was in the chat. I was in the chat. We're talking.
Oh really?
I
gotta get now I'm jealous that I wasn't in the chat.
Yeah.
Here I was talking shit.
Well, there wasn't a lot of people in there, but
yeah, it was just him bowling.
Yeah.
Anyway, congrats, Justin.
Yeah. Justin Arnwine is well known for wearing what? Do you know?
Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty. That's right.
We know.
And his wife indeed is Caitlin Arnwine.
Yeah.
She goes by the Caitlin Bot on X. That's with a C, and they are expecting, I think, their first child, a daughter.
Oh,
nice.
That's very cool.
Congrats.
No, the first time I played with him was at the WSOP, and he had like a little Hello Kitty thing that he wound up, I think, whenever he was all in or whatever, and it was fun. The whole table was rooting for him the whole time.
I'm here for that.
Yeah. Somebody who was at that final table, finishing in 5th place, Nick Rigby, for $18,000, almost won another Run Good Poker Series event.
He's say what you will, he's got some results. He's won some stuff. He's figuring it out. I mean, he's fearless.
I mean, he likes that dirty diaper.
I mean,
2-3.
If you play 3-deuce enough, I guess you win a lot. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about how I'm going to clip He Likes That Dirty Diaper later.
It's all about the clicks.
Yeah, no. I'm going to turn it into a rap song.
Ooh.
Not rap, like house, He likes that dirty diaper. He likes that dirty.
I think we need to bring Jeff Madsen into this one too.
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah.
Didn't we? I think we watched Jeff Madsen's original freestyle rap talking about his blog.
Oh, of course.
Like in the car.
I'm Jeff Madsen. This is what I do. I'll never forget it. Shout out my boy Jeff.
Well, I want to also shout out the MSPT. Of course, I co-host the MSPT podcast with Kinda England. We had a new episode this week. There's only 2 more stops remaining in season 16, and it is a very tight race. Umut Ozturk has been the back-to-back player of the year, and he's the points leader right now. He could win player of the year on a very tough tour 3 years in a row. I think that's a story that is
pretty cool, yeah.
Pretty impressive.
I love that people, there needs to be more like leaderboard things like this. I mean,
100%.
MSP player of the year is so cool because people care and chase for it, And I mean, obviously we're all big fans of the MSPT, but like, look at the success they've had just by like making player of the year and kind of like the history of their tour and talking about, people who have past champions, et cetera. Like that's what builds these tours up, I feel like, is that competitiveness or that all of us want to be top of a leaderboard. You see like Rob Waz and all these guys who probably would play other bigger events, whatever, but they're trying to grind for that POI every year.
No, the
It's
leaderboards
cool.
are sick.
I like that.
Well, that's one
I'd
of the
love to
things.
win a leaderboard.
I know you would.
sometime. That'd be so cool to do that
That'd be
once
so
or
cool.
twice.
Maybe like on a website.
It's one of the things that Brian Molesky, who is the founder and president of the MSPT, did. Is so this launched in December 2009, season 16 right now. From day one, he's kept like clean records, and so if you go to the website,
smart.
all kinds of leaderboards. Most cashes, most all-time money.
I mean, that's what we love about the WSOP, right? It's like, it's the history of it. It's not that the product is better than, than any other product. It's that like, this has been going for 50 years. Who won this event 35 years ago? Like, who's got the most cashes bracelets? Like, if you have that, breadth of history, eventually it becomes something cool.
I agree wholeheartedly, but the
50
thing,
years into the MSPT, it's going to be really cool.
The thing with the WSOP though is like MSPT, as soon as the event's over, all these databases are automated, they're updated. Like WSOP, we can't get results of who won online bracelet events or get these things updated in a timely manner. It's pretty frustrating for what is the WSOP. I'm hopeful that GG Poker will address that now that it's no longer Caesars, but that's always been something that's frustrated me.
Well, I think WSOP.com and Caesars are just great
products.
products, and so is the
So
WSOP.
good because Caesars is no
There's
longer
our clip.
involved.
There's our clip for this episode.
Caesars is involved.
To WSOP.com.
Oh, yeah. To WSOP.com.
Well, let's all remember that, the WSOP was sold to GG recently, and I think they currently have like 8 employees. So,
GG has 8 employees?
No, WSOP itself right now, like live WSOP.
Well, that was always the great...
And so it's like a startup now, and they're kind of like taking the reins, and they're going to, give it a few years, and I think it's sort of like taking a step back to take a step forward.
I always said that was
that.
like the great illusion about the WSOP is I think like the average player, average Joe in the Midwest, when they thought about the WSOP, they thought about this huge corporation and all these thousands of employees or something. Like, no, it was literally like 4 people and
I mean, because it's a subsidiary of Caesars. Caesars is making all this money. If the WSOP is its own thing, they're getting licensing to.
Caesars is making all this money, you said? Have you seen the stock? Have you seen the stock price of
Have you
Caesars
seen,
over the
have you
last
seen
5
one of
years?
their only good assets ever was the WSOP, and then they sold it.
Yeah.
Anyway, point
And
being,
they ran that quite well.
and they
So that should have been a signal. Should have shorted that.
I will
What a
say the new
mistake.
WSOP under GG, like you said, they've upped the staff, and a lot of them are friends of mine or people I've worked with. I'm very excited for what they have in store. And I think like last year's WSOP with the introduction of the WSOP Plus app.
It's huge.
Yeah, that was and
pretty
then
sick.
to build off that, we've got WSOP Paradise coming up in a month.
they're doing a lot of promos again. I think it's
Sick
like
deals on the promos.
if you cashed in the main event, or if you got 7 or more cashes over the summer live, if you cash the main event, you'd get like an extra $25K just like as a bonus.
Oh, yeah. And then there's
So-
there's some other wild stuff too.
I mean, they're doing everything they can to, I would say what you will about the competition and like going
they're-
back and forth in the timing. Like, I think it's still ridiculous. And like the fact that they decided to do this in December as opposed to January just to fuck with WPT is
No, it's
like
insane. Yeah.
ridiculous and like stupid, but
They might pay for it because a
might pay for it.
$60 million guarantee on their super main event. And I have heard
So much.
personally that they are anticipating bracing themselves for a massive overlay. They're hoping not. That's why they introduced this thing that you just mentioned. But
There has to be an overlay because I got some crazy deals sent to me from WSOP
sure.
that like financially don't seem like they make much sense unless you're expecting an overlay.
And I think this
So-
is the piece of this, like taking a step back to go forward, right? Like reestablishing themselves as more of like a global brand. They're owned by a company based in Korea. They're going to try and do everything they can to make all these international stops huge. Obviously, the focus will always be on the live thing in the summer, but like I think they're willing to take a little bit of a hit here to make sure that this becomes like a mainstay for international players who aren't necessarily looking to go to Vegas in December, and the high roller scene too. I mean, it's maybe it's going to be a few years of hurting, but I mean, given how much money they're putting towards this and like how much of a deal they're making, you know, giving the players, like I'm never going to skip the win. You know, I will ride and die for the win.
No,
and
that's
the
how I feel
WPT till, you know, till the end. But like, it's hard not to. You know, we both have more than 7 cashes this summer. We both got the offer to like go down and go play this event for an extra $25K is huge.
Yeah, but then no, there's all other stuff on top of that you can get, which is actually crazy.
And stuff and
like $10,000 bonuses and stuff for like stuff. It's pretty sick, like legitimately sick.
Yeah.
And here's what I'll say is I always was saying like I'm never skipping the WPT. This shit's so fire. It's like I'm not going to go to the Bahamas, but like with the offers they're giving me, I think I might have to go. But let me say this. I think I might have to go. But here's the thing. Yeah, why are we doing it at the same time?
I mean,
why don't we just like
They chose violence, both of them.
they chose violence.
Why? But why? Why would you do that?
I mean,
it seems unintelligent.
I think it's, you know, from like a pure business and industry standpoint to everyone, it seems sort of like this makes no sense. You're cannibalizing your each other. Like it makes no sense. But I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, if you have just more ammo and you keep doing this and you keep offering these deals and it's 3 or 4 years from now, like it scares me to think about like, if this is what they're doing this year and they miss it and they're still willing to gun for it the next year, how much more are they going to keep offering? And like, it becomes a thing where, like you just said, you would think you would never skip the win. You never skip WBT. I'm still in that boat. Like I'll ride and die for, you know, Savage and the win and Ray Pulford and all those guys. But like, it's getting harder and harder to say no if they're going to just give free money to people who are grinders and like
it's so much money too. It's
so much money.
It's not going to get better, or, you know, and before it gets worse, right? Like look what happened this summer with the WPT coming in, WPT Global with the $1 million bonus, and then it messed up the whole Jesse Aganuma, James Carroll. WSOP was not happy about that.
Yeah, there's no truce. You know, it's like one shows violence, the other responded, and now it is what it is. Like I think.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, WPT started their world championship, and then the next year wasn't.
That's true. Yeah.
You know,
I'm just saying the reaction could have been, well, it's the WSOP. Maybe we move to January, but they said, hell no. Like we started this. Like we're not going to. Move just because you moved.
Well, the way I look at it too is like if you look at during the year, Venetian, the Win. And who else? At least the Venetian Win, they alternate when they have their series.
Oh, yeah.
So, like...
There's just not enough demand in town, right?
But I think this is the same exact situation where it's literally like, what are you guys doing? You guys are just going to take the same exact stakes of poker players that there's only a niche amount of people and split them up into 2 different places that are 10-hour flight away or 6-hour flight away, whatever it is.
And they did it a couple years ago. Like they had it so you could actually technically make it from WSOP Paradise to day 2 of the Win, but I don't think that's the case this year.
Oh wait, is that not the case this year?
I don't think so. Yeah, I think they intentionally made it so
that
you
is
have
ridiculous.
to choose.
Yeah.
That's so annoying.
Because I remember Platt was coming back from working in the Bahamas and wanted to play the Win, and it was sort of like the timing would have been perfect to like max on day 2 or whatever it was, and his flight was delayed by 2 hours, and therefore he missed it, and like Sean Deeb missed it. Remember that whole thing where they were coming back?
I recall.
Yeah. So it's again, I mean, continue to choose violence and continue to not care about whatever. It just eventually something has to give. I don't know, but the other piece is it is a little bit different than what we were talking about before, because there is like, it is sort of international versus US, right? I think the vast majority of US grinders who aren't maybe like in Florida where it's a 30-minute flight to the Bahamas are going to come to the Win, and the vast majority of international high rollers are going to go to the Bahamas because, you know, it's generally just like a shorter flight, different travel, whatever.
Yeah.
But to your point, if they moved it in January, probably 30% of the real grinders would go to both. 50% of the real grinders would go.
WSP
I would love to go to both
for a year and a half, a month and a half, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, why couldn't they just do it back to back?
I mean, PCA was always in January. I don't know why, you know.
I'm trying to look at the actual schedule. So here we go. Like, so you look at WSOP Paradise, they have 4 starting flights. The last one, December 14th. So assuming day 2 is on December 15th. The WPT World Championship, December 15th would be day 1C. So if you can late reg into day 2, maybe you get there on December 16th, which is a Tuesday.
So, I mean, you know, someone like Bucky, you know, Matt Wattman's, he'll do that. You know, a few guys are going to do that. But
we'll try too. But like, as somebody who literally just flew in today, like these airports are starting to feel the delays and
government shutdown.
Yeah, the shutdown.
Oh, I saw that
Yeah.
there's airspace that's limited now too and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not great.
I went to
if-
Red
and if
Rock
this-
with my mom yesterday, and they were like, "Yeah, we're getting paid by like a separate trust that like is designed to fill in those gaps when whatever the government shut down."
And
So
if-
we're all right, but
You fast forward another 6 weeks or so, and if it's still happening, like it's only going to compound and be
Yeah.
worse.
If it's
Also,
still
so,
happening in
F1's
6
coming.
weeks, society will be having some issues.
that's true.
ooh, we could do the Poker News Politics podcast next.
Oh, we totally could do that.
Well, let's
do
talk real quick. We're WSOP
Chad's like,
Paradise and things that WSOP is doing. They've recently released the first episode of No
Yeah.
Limit, which is a 12 or was filmed over 12 days at last year's WSOP Paradise. It is a new documentary that is going to be on YouTube. I think one episode a week. It basically follows some of the biggest names in poker: Negreanu, Helmuth, Kristen Foxen, Adrian Mateos, Jesse Lonis, and
Jaka.
yeah, it's not just following them at WSOP. I think they actually went and did some like personal stuff
Yeah,
with them.
it's very much a like the Drive to Survive vibe of like, let's follow the kind of the behind the scenes or Full Swing or whatever, any of these Netflix docs. And it looks great. The trailers look awesome. Got a little sneak peek yesterday. I hope it's as cool as it looks.
It's,
I mean, they
Dust-
focused on some of the right people. I mean, following Lonis around, following Kristen
Sure,
around,
yeah.
like even someone like Jaka, who's become such a huge
Mm-hmm.
name and has all these students and like is dealing with all that. They picked some really interesting storylines and people.
It's by Dustin Iannetti, who is a industry
Oh,
vet.
really? Nice. Okay.
So I was there.
He plays a lot of stuff too. He's the man. I like that guy.
I was there last year, and if you actually watch these episodes, you're going to see me. They actually brought me in
Oh, that's
to
cool.
do some kind
yeah.
of context and talk about some of these players, which is really cool. But I did run into Dustin at the Venetian because
Yeah.
he does play, like you said, and he had some footage on his phone of me and stuff, and he was showing me, and it looks amazing. Like.
Yeah.
I think their hope when they filmed this was that maybe they could get it on like a Netflix, like what is it called? Live to Drive to Survive.
Drive to Survive.
Yeah.
Yeah, forever.
But for me, it's like, I hope this is a big success. Only good things can come out of this, and we might see more things in the future. So
He loves poker and he's, in this world and seems to have a lot of resources and putting towards it. So I didn't put this together in my head that he was the one doing it, but that makes me like twice as excited. So.
No, it reminds me of the Mike Bailey
I was
documentary.
just going to say, you were part of
exactly.
that
Yeah,
project.
yeah.
Oh,
Mike
was
Bailey's-
I?
Yes,
That's
there's a
crazy.
whole
Oh my
episode,
God.
right, about Brock Lesnar, Mike Holtz.
Oh no, that's a totally different one that I was. I was talking about the WPT, like the when they did the main event, where I was the narrator.
Where
No
he,
big deal.
he
The narrator?
Yeah, me and Tony Dunst.
He followed the chip counts.
It's the Poker News podcast here at the WPT.
Remember, he followed the chip count. That was
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
premise of the. It started with a player. When he busted, he went to the other player who busted him,
And it was
until
actually
the winner was crowned.
Yeah, it was really sick.
Oh, that's
Really sick.
Yeah, that's super
That's
sick.
free to watch too, I believe, on YouTube right
Mike
now.
Bailey.
The
Really?
ultimate stack.
Mike Bailey's the
YouTube.
man.
That's it.
I
Yeah.
love Mike Bailey.
I love Mike Bailey more than you do.
No, what?
I was at his house 2 days ago.
Well,
Jickle Yang.
Bullshit.
let's shout out a couple upcoming events. After a 5-year hiatus, the Bar Poker Open is returning to Atlantic
5-year
City
hiatus.
in New
Oh.
Jersey. They're back at the Borgata November 14th through the 18th. It is going to be a $400 buy-in Atlantic City Championship. Poker News will be there doing live updates. I'm really a big fan of the Bar Poker Open. I've done some of their events. They do some here in Vegas. They're just a lot of fun.
They
And
do one at the Nugget every summer, right?
That's right.
always, yeah.
to me, like these bar players are such a large
Chicken nugget.
percentage of players within the poker world, but often overlooked.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. They're fans of the game. They
Mhm.
just don't get the exposure that people do in legal states and areas where there's casinos close by. If only poker was legal everywhere. Cough. Sad.
I'm still very romantic about Atlantic City too. I
Oh,
don't know.
really?
Yeah.
The last time I was there, I felt like I was in an episode of Live Bum Fights.
Yeah, I was gonna say an episode of The Wire, basically.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Which, when I first went over 15 years ago or whatever it was, still felt the same. Like I remember being like, I'm not gonna stay at like some one of these the Borgata or someplace fancy. I'm staying on the boardwalk. And
That's
I
crazy.
did get stabbed multiple times.
Yeah,
And I
no,
was-
exactly. Yeah. That was before you even left the hotel room.
Man,
wasn't
actually,
it?
I don't know if I can tell the story on the podcast. I did see like a Whippet turf war after a fish show in Atlantic City, but
A Whippet turf war.
yeah, sometimes when you're selling Whippets on one corner and they're selling Whippets on another corner, and then they have a turf war about it, and I'm just like,
With
yo, what's going on?
weapons?
No, they were just trying to throw like the giant canisters at each other and beat the shit out of these guys.
It's a simulation.
To be fair, I was on the right side. Like where I was standing with my boys, our side won. Not that I was involved, I was a spectator.
It really sounds like you were involved in a Whippet turf war.
Shout out to, my gang.
Shout out Whippets, shit.
Oh, man.
November
Cut
9th.
this part.
November 9th through the 20th, the Chainsaw Mixed Series of Poker, CMSOP, Alan Kessler's Mixed Game Series is coming to Planet Hollywood, returning there for a 12-event schedule that Kessler himself designed. And for the first time, PokerNews will be there. He actually gave us some credit on social media. It's the first time they've had poker media coverage, so should be exciting. There's a whole schedule out there, Big O, Triple Stud, Toe, Mixed Game, 5 games, et cetera, et cetera. So if you're Mixed Game, check that out, as well as Robbie Strazynski, who I believe is in town. I think he arrived today. A happy late birthday, Robbie. I know it was just the other day, but Robbie is, of course, of Card Player Lifestyle, one of my favorites, one of my friends. He is back in Vegas, and from November 16th through the 20th, he will host his Mixed Game Festival 12, returning to Resorts World. These are usually a lot of primarily cash games, but then they'll do a $300 Miami John Cernuto commemorative 08 Stud 8 event and a $300 Torse event. Always a lot of fun, so check that out if you like mixed games. That will be November 16th through the 20th at Resorts World. And then Resorts World, of course, the NAPT. I'm going to go over there tomorrow. Mm-hmm. You guys are going to be playing this, or what's your guys' plan?
We're going tonight.
Well,
yeah, we're going a day before this. We're going to be there. This is in the future.
Yeah, but
in the past, we're there.
But like where we are today in time.
Time is a flat circle.
Get me more Lone Star. But if time is a flat circle and today is today I will be at Resorts World playing with some
I probably shouldn't tell this story in the podcast, but one time I was in a dildo turf war. Great stuff.
Did you win or lose?
Nobody was a winner that day.
Everybody lost.
Everybody lost.
But in some ways, everybody won too.
Yeah. I left a piece of me on that battlefield, let me tell you that much.
Can I say, Kessler did call me an idiot in the comments on YouTube, but I still love him.
Get used to it.
Can I tell you this? Kessler told multiple people that I'm a terrible host of the podcast. I should be replaced.
Oh.
I still love him too.
Yeah. He's never one to shy away.
And I think the mixed game series he's doing is good. That's my big opinion.
No, he loves it.
Are you doing 2 truths and a lie now, or what?
What's the last lie?
I don't know.
I have 14 toes.
You got a hammer.
Tonight,
14.
as this episode releases Thursday morning, at 7 p.m., there is a welcome party for the NAPT. Open bar, entertainment, food and beverage. Just show your PS Live card to enter. I've been to the NAPT player party. It's actually pretty epic, so I very well could be there. Maybe you guys will join me.
I mean,
if that shit's epic, I'm in there.
Yeah.
But you know what else is tonight, technically? Boston Rob and Tyson
Trivia
Apostle.
night.
Trivia night.
Oh, shout.
November 7th is trivia night.
That is tonight.
Today's November 7th.
Oh, right.
You fool.
So that's where we're going after this.
Yeah, to the trivia night.
I think people understand that this isn't coming anyway. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Time is tough.
There will also be, we'll profile all things NAPT in next week's episode, including All In with Jason Kuhn. There's a comedy night with Joe Stapleton. We'll do some run good trivia stuff, and hopefully, I think I'm going to get an interview with Boston Rob and Tyson from Survivor, of course. So, and then we'll have NAPT winners and all that jazz. We've got some qualifiers there. Tom Pierce was our winner.
Tommy P.
Tommy P.
Mm-hmm.
What was the phrase again? Brock Lesnar's not as good as Chad.
Disco Chad is a
close.
better poker grinder than Mike Lesnar.
Mike Lesnar.
I had people literally email me assuming I was going to say Holtz. I said, no, you got to watch the last episode. But
idiots.
Fools.
You fools.
Yeah. Was it that you got the emails and realized you need to change it, or did you already have it changed?
I had it mapped out from week one.
Yeah, he knew he was going to throw that misdirection in the end. This is a man who plays strategy games in his free time, okay?
Fuck, I didn't think
All
about
day.
that. I didn't think
Yeah, you got to
that.
get in the Magic the Gathering streets with us if you're a strategy guy.
I mean, I played it way back in the day, and I did play some Ultimate Werewolf with the crew, that used to play that.
Yeah,
so.
no.
Ultimate Werewolf.
That's not what I said at all.
If you say Ultimate Werewolf 3 times fast and this is true, you summon Joe McKeon.
I've actually played.
You say it 4th time, Tamayo's right behind it.
So this is a true story. This is several years ago. Alan Keating used to live in Panorama Towers, just not far from the studio here. And I got invited with Jesse Folan to go play some Ultimate Werewolf. He used to host games. So there'd be some big name poker pros there. Scott Seaver was one that was always there. And one time I went there and Dan Bilzerian was there playing
Werewolf?
Playing Werewolf.
Wow.
He was just finished a game and was leaving, but I thought that was,
All right.
this was one of those moments like, What? How?
I bet
Why?
Scott Seaver's way too good at werewolf.
So this is what he did. He knew
obviously.
he knew
Yeah.
it was my first time, and this is a group. There's probably like 20 people in it, and he knew it was my first time. And they said, "All right, ready, go," or whatever it is. And immediately Scott Seaver just aggressively points at me, and he's like, "You are a werewolf!" Like, putting me on the spot. And I did do the little deer in the headlights thing, but I talked my way out of it for like 6 rounds. But then he finally figured it out. Those guys are so good.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
amazing
yeah.
the way their minds work.
Seaver he scares me.
Yeah.
He knows what I'm thinking.
Love me a little Seaver.
Yeah, of course. I'm just like, he can read my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows I'm thinking about flexing muscles. You
Yeah.
flexing your muscles.
Yeah.
Shout out
Speaking of
Mike's
muscles,
muscles.
weren't you supposed to have like a boxing match against Jungle Man or something?
Oh,
after
wait,
the
what?
WSOP?
We're
No,
boxing?
I actually forgot about that.
Well,
Yeah.
You and Jungle Man?
Yeah, let me get back into shape to
Really?
fight Jungle Man. That sounds
can I gotta,
fun.
now that's a documentary.
God,
I'll be a
I
part
smoke
of.
too much
Mike Bailey
weed.
will be there.
Yeah,
If,
of course.
Mike Bailey will be there.
Poker News
God
podcast
lost
will
all
be
the
there.
will to do that, but I will.
No.
I'll
I'm in
do
your
that.
life now,
Fucking,
Mike.
yeah.
Okay. I show up to your house every day.
Oh, God, yeah. All right, fine. We'll box.
No, not you and me.
No, Jungle Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. All right, gentlemen, that's going to do it for episode 924 of the Poker News
My
podcast.
hands
It's
are wet.
happy
You
to
don't
be
want
in
this.
studio with you
Yeah.
guys once again.
Fine.
Do us a favor. I guess we're sitting here praying you'll like, subscribe,
I
all
was
that
summoning
jazz.
demons.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you guys were doing.
Next week, we will be back with pretty much all things NAPT and any other big stories that may break. Chad Holloway, Ben Ludlow, Mike Holtz. Until then, we'll keep a seat open for you.
I'm going by Grizzle Brand now, not Mike Holtz. I'm done with that.
Grizzle brand.
Yeah, dude.
Everyone calls me Doink Thomas.